Good morning, everyone. Such a privilege to be able to spend time with you and share what I have learned so far as a realtor and real estate investor. Well, today is a beautiful day, and this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Liani Fo, and I am a child of God. I want to please God in whatever I have that He has given me. I want to be a good steward. I want to multiply His resources, and I want to please Him. I'm also a wife of a very good husband. I'm grateful for him. I am not who I am right now without him. And I'm a mother of a beautiful daughter that is going to college soon. This fall, time flies. You know, kids, they grow up and they start to grow their wings and they fly. And we have to help them fly. I have a chemical engineering degree, and I used to work in several semiconductor manufacturing companies in Asia as well as United States as process engineer, a quality manager, and after years of working with big companies, I quit and I start doing my own business. So I did have few different businesses in retails, in food, and we did that for almost a decade. Uh, but and then I found my new hobby, which is uh, properties or real estate, which I am currently a realtor and a real estate investor. So as you know, I work in companies and did my own businesses, and at the end, I pick real estate uh, as as my my hobby and also for my future retirement. Well, I just want to go into it, but with starting like we have three types of incomes. We have earned incomes. Basically, it's a skill set that you get when you went to university or college. You know, you work as a software engineer or electrical engineer, medical doctor, teacher, manager, whatever that you are expert in when you went to school for. And and then you have your portfolio income where you put your money investment in stocks, in bonds, mutual fund, and that will give you certain amount of return in I don't know, you take it out in months or in years. And there's also the third type of cash flow income, which I really like and what we are aiming for our retirement. Yeah, you can also you can also uh, get your money when you invest in stock or bonds or mutual fund, something like that when you're older. But cash flow income is the way to go for us and for few of my investors. So cash flow is extra income to supplement your earned income, usually like a side job or extra gig, or some of the businesses that my friend has, they have a restaurant or service side business um, that run by other people, and they got they got extra income from there. And the best part is rental incomes via real estate investment. And basically what I learned, and based on my experience, more people achieve successful cash flow via real estate compared to other businesses. For example, earn income. So once you graduate from your college, whatever skill set that you have, you are going to get you landed in a job. So suddenly you're gonna have income, right? And over the years, you work in the same company or different company, your income gonna go up. Uh, 2 decade, 3 decade, depending on how long you want to work. But one day, you are going to retire, and what happened with the income? it's going to go zero. So, oh, what I'm going to do? Oh yeah, I have 401k, I have savings that will, make us through after there's no earned income. So this cash flow income as a rental will play in part where once your earned income goes to zero, your rental income kicks in as your cash flow. That's what you built during these few decades when you have your income you built during these years. So when your earned income goes to zero, your rental income kicks in as your income. All right. So why real estate investment? In general, we as human, we need three different kind of needs. We need food, we need clothing, and we need shelter. When times is hard, things happen. We can cut off. We can cut. Cut down on food. We don't need to go out to eat expensive food or fine dining, and especially clothing. We can go to Goodwill or Salvation Army, or just wherever we have. We can cut down on both, but we need a house to live, right, for our family. Now, house is also the largest asset in the family, and of course it requires maintenance and effort to maintain, but like food and clothes, which are easier to replace, a house is real. I mean, it's real, it's there, it's on the land, it's more tangible. And usually, as population grow much, more and more, people need housing, people need houses. And over the years, with the right maintenance, upkeep, a house will keep its value. Not only that, it will go up and appreciate as it, in the long run. Even though sometimes market will up and down, it will go up and down, it go up and down, go up and down, but overall it's going up over the years. So how do I get involved in real estate? First and foremost, you have to have a house for you and your family, right? And paying a mortgage, like when you secure a house as your primary house, you are going to pay a mortgage every month. That actually put in equity into your house. For example, if you rent a house, the rental payment that you have monthly, it won't go into your pocket. It will go to your land, to the one who owned the house that you rent. It will go to their mortgage, right? You got nothing. But if you have your own house under your name, when you pay mortgage, it will go back to your pocket. And not only that, over the years, the house appreciate. Just remember that over the years, house appreciate. So to invest in the next house as a rentals, there are few ways that you can finance. So first is, for example, you save from your earned income or your side gig or your whatever you have, a gift from your parents. You save that money for a down payment for your rental or for your primary. You start from the first one first. And a private loan, usually you're gonna need a lender, or you're gonna tap in. For example, you already have your first house for a couple of years. Now you have equity on that house. You can tap into the equity and take the money out, buy a rental house using that home equity loan. They call it HELOC. So investing in real estate, buying a rental property is kind of a forced savings for your future. Okay, so what type of property investment should I do? Yeah, there are actually only two kinds: the residential property and commercial property. For residential property, usually it's a single family house where you have a lot and you have a detached house with a lot with a yard in the front and in the back. Usually they have HOA, or they don't have. Most of the time they don't have HOA. If they do have HOA, it's basically just maintenance on the road or the front of the community. And then we have townhome and condo, also multi-unit. In residential, usually it's up to 4 units, and it's uh, for commercial, usually more than 4 units is commercial, but for residential, it's 1 to 4. I do myself and my family. I mean, we like single family house. The reason is I'll give you some example why townhome and condo with HOA will give some issues um, for your well, for a long run. For example, I bought my client a townhome. I helped him bought a townhome a couple years ago, and it is, townhome usually is like 2 or 3 stories, and then they are attached together. And condo sometimes they can be, most of the time they're just one unit, one floor, and sometimes they also have 2 floors. It depends on how the floor plan is. So condo, you don't own the land. Townhome, you do own the land. Condo, you just own the air, but you have to pay HOA. Now, I have issue with HOA because the sample I'm going to give you is that the townhome that I bought for my client a couple years back, one of the neighbor complains about there's water mark on the window sill. So the HOA got investigate that issue, and they figure out that, okay, now everybody in that complex have to replace their windows and the sidings and the frame. And that townhome, 1,400 square foot, and do you know how much they have to pay per unit to replace the window and the siding? $60,000. That is a lot for a townhome. It's just a 1,400 square foot townhome. And I kind of know usually for windows, it costs about 500 to 1,000 each. And a 1,400 square foot townhome, how many windows can you have? You say max 20,000. And siding probably 10,000. And I have no idea why it will go up to 60,000, but that's HOA, and they make the decision, you cannot say no. So imagine that 60,000, you can use that as a down payment for your next rental, right? So you lose the opportunity because you have to pay the special, like they call it special assessment, things that need to be repaired or replaced in a townhome or condo community. And there's another sample that I want to share with you regarding condo or townhomes condo. So this is called, this is lawsuit. So this condo that I represent, they have, they're just like 5 years old, condominiums, very industrial, like modern look. So one day, one of the unit have issue with piping, something with the water. And after investigation, they found out that, there is a defect in the piping system. So what happened is that the HOA then have a lawsuit with the contractor, file a lawsuit with the contractor. Well, the contractor then file a lawsuit with the supplier of that piping. And the supplier of that piping file a lawsuit with the manufacturer. So imagine that time, it takes years for them to complete the whole lawsuit thing. And guess what happened? The one who loses is the owner of the condos, right? Because they can't do anything. Nobody want to buy a property that is still under lawsuit situation, right? And there's no way the condo will increase in price as well. So that kind of situation that we experience, and we try to avoid that. So far for us, I think single family house is the best rental investment for us and for a lot of my clients. So another thing is also commercial property. We are talking about tens of millions or hundreds of millions when you talk about big buildings, retails, offices, warehouses. Well, for us as a lay people, we day in and out, we work, earn income. We also parents. Unless we got a business passed down from us, from our parents, generation wealth. But for us, most of us, we have to work. So we try to make the most out of it. And commercial property usually is kind of for the big player. But you never know. Maybe you can start doing multi-unit and see it rolls, right? And another thing that you can also invest is as a land. If you have extra cash and you don't want to deal with all this headache, you can just buy a land and let it grow over the years. So what should I buy? Well, you can have options. You can buy a house that is move-in ready, like they call it turnkey. Basically, you don't have to, you don't have to put upfront money. It's just basically no rehab. It's quick turnaround. You buy and then you rent right away after closing. But usually the con is that it will be in a market price, and it's not going to be. Sometimes maybe you have to pay more because if it's so nice in a good location that everybody like, other people want to buy too. So you might have to pay more. Another choice is a repair and sell. Basically, it's kind of a flipping. Basically, you buy a kind of a rundown house and you try to repair and you can sell it right away, make a quick profit. Or you can, like the next one is you can hold it. So for fixer upper, they call it fixer upper. Hold on, let me turn off the aircon. It's kind of cold. So for fixer upper, repair and sell. So usually you look for kind of a rundown house, and you bought it and then you rehab it, you remodel it, and usually after you remodel it, it appreciates right away, right? And then you can quickly sell it as a profit. But of course, the cons is that you're gonna have more money for the remodeling, and then it will take time and energy to get it ready, and you have to deal with contractor, and also the profit that you make when you sell it is taxable too. So you have to consider that. The next one is repair and hold, which I really like. Which what we are doing now is you buy a kind of discounted price, fixer up a house, and then you rehab it and then you rent it out, and you just wait for long-term appreciation. And as you know, after like 20 years or 30 years, it probably paid off. And at that moment, once your earned income go to zero, that paid off rentals, it's your income. That's what we are aiming for. And the next option is to build from scratch, where you can get a nice lot, and then you build from scratch. It will be new. For sure, it's going to be a bigger profit for you right up front, but you need experience and a full-time commitment. I mean, you build from scratch. But the other good thing is you don't have to maintain that house for a while, and it's just basically headache-free. No headache, no issue for a while. Don't have to worry about fixing this and that. So just make sure that you are comfortable with the level of involvement. Now, how do I start investing in real estate? Who are involved in real estate transaction? Well, first of all, you need a realtor. A lot of people thought that, I can do it myself. But as a realtor, I've been a realtor for years, there are some resources. There are more resources that we have, the market condition and negotiation. We are trained with negotiation, and then how we're gonna look out for all the details around the house that can potentially an issue for you down the road. Try to save you from that kind of headache. And you're gonna need a lender, right? First you have to talk to a lender. Few lender, I would suggest that you talk to different lender and see where you are and what is your budget and how much you can buy a house and how much your monthly payment, blah blah blah. So I advise you to talk to few lenders, and you try to work with somebody that works for your financial needs. that will give you the best the best scenario for your financial situation. Also, there is a title company that you are going to work with. So title company is the middleman that will, it doesn't work for you and it doesn't work for the seller. They are going to make sure that the house that you're going to buy has no lien. There's no debt in it. So what is lien? So basically, sometimes when a seller built the house or remodeled the house, they didn't pay the contractor, then the contractor can put a lien on that house until they pay what they owe to the contractor. Or it's kind of like a state issue, or probably it was from the parents that passed away and leave that house for the kids, and the kids are kind of fighting over who gonna have what percent. So all those kind of things, and that the title company will help you assess that and tell you what's going on with that property that you're interested in. And the next one after all that is that you're going to have home inspection. You're going to have when you buy a house, home inspection is a must. When we see the house, it looks good, looks potential. We can do this, all the excitement. But there are a lot of details behind the wall that you don't know, where home inspector come into scene to tell you, oh, you might watch out all the electrical system is old, you need to replace them, or the plumbing or mold, that kind of things. So that's his job. Then after that, oh, I still like the house, the price is good, then you're going to have to bring a contractor to remodel the house, or to replace, or to repair whatever need to be done for the house to make it up to par so you can rent out nicely, right? Now, contractor, how do I find contractor? So contractor is usually what I find contractor is that when I see neighbors doing some remodeling, when you drive through your neighborhood or some other neighborhood, you say, oh, they have been doing something. And then when it's done, just drop by and say hi to that owner of the house and ask them about their contractor. How was he, and how was the job? Get a number from them, right? So that's one way you can get a good contractor. And the other person that will be involving also appraiser. Appraiser basically works for the lender. And when you want to buy a house, you need to borrow money from the bank or the lender. They're going to send somebody to make sure that house worth the money that you're going to put. So how do I know it's worth $500,000? So the appraisal has a system. They have a system to know what is the market price so far that was sold, pending, or active. So they kind of know what is the value of the house that you're interested in. Okay, now the last one, after you acquired a house that you like to be rented, if you want to manage yourself, that'll be great. If not, if you're a newbie, then you're gonna hire a property manager to manage the property that you have. So when do I invest in the current environment? Interest rate is so high. Well, as for today, demand is still more than supply. I mean, think about it. Population is getting more, right? People graduate, they save money, they want to buy a house after a while rather than renting. So right now, market is a bit slow because a lot of people think, I'll just wait in sideline because now interest rate is high, I have to pay more per month. But they forgot, once the interest rate is dropped down, there will be more buyer rushing in to buy a house. And by that time, the house price is not going to be what it is listed. It's going to be more because there will be more competition. During before last June, before everything stuck, before the war last year, June, I remember every single house we put a offer have at least 5-10 competition. They call bidding wars, and at the end it drive up about 10 to 15 or 20% from the house price. And if you calculate it, it's probably almost the same like you pay what's the mortgage right now. I mean, with 6 and something percent, right? So for me, I would buy as soon as I have the down payment. I don't want to wait until the interest rate is low, because I don't have to compete and I can buy even lower than what the asking price is because there's no competition. And not only that, um, the seller usually want to sell it and they don't want to, they will make it easy for the transaction to happen. And and that actually help you, start building your investment portfolio, your real estate rentals. So every 10 years usually. Oh, I want to mention, so if you were to buy a house right now when the interest rate is high, interest rate would drop sometimes after. Well, they predict probably next year, after next year, the interest rate would go down up to 5 or something, but that was the prediction. And what's going to happen is that when the interest rate is dropped down, you can always refinance, but you already have a house. So imagine if you wait until then, when it go down, you still don't have a rental investment house, or you still have to go buy and then compete with others. But if you buy now when you have, and when the when interest rate is lower, you can refinance, but you already have your house. Yeah. So yeah, every 10-year cycle means that the last 40 years, house appreciate 2 times. You can also go online and check how much your price, how much was your house when 20 or 30 years ago. You will see how it's already multiplied. So the summary is that okay, so what's the juice of all this? So follow the drill. Try to get your primary house, right? Try to get your primary house. And then after you pay your mortgage, if you have some extra, save it for the rentals, right? So after a couple years, you pay your equity, you pay your mortgage, you have equity in the house, and then you also save your money every month, right, over the years. Now you have enough down payment from saving and also the equity of the house. Then you take that money out and you buy another house, which is your first rental. So now you have 2. Then after a couple years, the same thing again. You have your primary house, you pay your mortgage, the equity is going in every month, and the house appreciate. The same thing with the second one. Your first rental, the tenant paid the mortgage, the tenant paid the rent, you pay the mortgage, right? So basically they pay your mortgage. At the same time, the house also appreciate. Now you have 2 equities that you can take out, plus plus if you pay more, like for example, you pay $2,000 mortgage for the first rental, you add another 100 every month. That's another principal or equity that you can take out after a couple years. And so now you can get this and this, you buy another one, the second rentals. So now you have 3. And then the process will be faster because now after a couple years, you have 3 equity that you can take out, plus the savings that you made during that years. So the process repeat again. Now imagine in a couple decades how many houses you have that you can use as your cash flow when you retire. Isn't it exciting? Yes, of course. No pain, no gain, right? Challenges and tips. We just have to be patient. I consider this like a fruit trees. They take times to be fruit, to have fruits come out from your fruit trees, right? You do have to be patient. Basically, I would like to go travel to Europe. I would like to go do this and do that. I would like to have a nice car. I would like to, a nice branded clothing or bag or whatever. Don't do it. Save the money as much as you can. And once you have all those, when you have extra cash flow from your rentals, then you can buy whatever you want or go travel, right? And that cash flow from rentals you can use for your enjoyment. You have to secure a good contractor. It will be a headache for you if you don't have a good contractor. Sometimes they will show up, sometimes they don't. Just to make sure you really secure a good contractor to work with during your investment period, And if you don't have experience in property management, you might want to hire a property manager to take care of your properties. And of course, the challenges, with different tenants have a different needs and different whatever. We are dealing with people with their troubles, with their problems, and so it's important to know how to deal with all that. And if you're a newbie, a property manager will help you through that. And also market fluctuation. We never know during the decades of your investment when you build up your portfolio, you know, prices of real estate will be like going up and down, right? But you have to remember this. It's not going like up and down, but it's going up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's going up overall. And for me, I think from what my experience is, real estate investment in rental property is one of the best for our retirement. Like the fruit trees, we have one fruit trees. You make another. You take the fruit and you build. You put in the ground. You grow another one. It takes years, but you're gonna have a lot of fruits at the end of the day. So the tip is that, yeah, buy as soon as you can. Save money. Buy as soon as you can. Think about your future, and make plans. I want to end up with this Proverb 31:16 said that she has a plan. We have a plan. You have a plan. When we have a plan, we strategize, right? We consider and buy. We consider some land and buys it. Then with our earnings, we plant a vineyard. And once we have a vineyard, not only our family can enjoy it, people around us, our family, our relative, our friends can enjoy the fruits. And the most important thing is with all that, we acknowledge and we honor God because we are a good steward of Him. Amen. Bless you all.